Right Honorable Speaker, I share the feeling among many Nigerians that we talk too much as a nation. We talk too much as a nation. We should stop talking and do more for our country. While I say so, and I want to say that when I received the invitation for this public hearing, I said to myself that what we perhaps need is a confessional forum rather than a public hearing, at which those who buy the votes will tell us how they do it so that we can collectively take further steps to consolidating our democracy and addressing the menace. INEC is not a vote buyer. INEC is not a vote seller. However, I am confident that this public hearing will achieve a practical purpose. Your Excellency the Senate President, Your Excellency the Speaker, vote buying in terms of the use of cash at polling units on election day to induce voters in order to influence their choice of candidates has become a major issue in our electoral process, especially following some of the more recent off-season elections conducted by INEC. However, the problem has been with us for a long time. It is also a global phenomenon that many nations had to deal with, just as many nations around the world are currently dealing with the problem. It is therefore neither new nor unique to Nigeria. That is why our laws in Nigeria make provision for dealing with the problem in a broader sense than just the act of buying and selling votes at polling units on election day. That's why we may miss the point if we simply focus on vote buying at polling units in a general or off-season election. In the last 1 week, I have been reading a very fantastic book trying to draw lessons from other parts of the world on how we can improve our electoral process. It has a very interesting title, Elections for Sale, the Causes and Consequences of Vote Buying. So nations have been grappling with this problem. It's not just Nigeria, but we must find solution to our problems in Nigeria so that the solutions we find in Nigeria will become the international best practice for other nations to also learn from the Nigerian experience. Sections 124 and 130 of the Electoral Act 2010 as amended criminalize bribery and inducement generally, of which vote buying in cash on election day is only one dimension of the illegality. In addition, several laws of our land make bribery and inducement criminal conduct, such as the Administration of Justice Act, the EFCC Act, and the ICPC Act. Since 1999, we have had several confessional statements by many partisan actors on how our electoral process is subverted and voters as well as election personnel are induced through the use of branded food items, kitchen utensils, automobiles, electrical appliances, clothing, toiletries, sandwich, and so on election day. Here, when I talk about sandwich, I'm not talking about food. There is a way voters are induced using 2 slices of bread. Sandwich in between the 2 slices is a currency note. So the sandwich here is not sandwich as food, it's sandwich for voter inducement. In turn, candidates induce the electorate in a general election. In order to address the menace of vote buying, we need to break the chain of voter inducement. Otherwise, we cannot expect to eradicate the problem in the secondary election when many of the players are perpetrators and beneficiaries of voter inducement at primary election. We have had so many instances in this country where aspirants induce delegates within their parties to emerge as elected members of party executives at state, local government, and world levels. At the same time, candidates induce voters in an election. So it's a chain, it's a spiral that we need to break. It is not only when vote buying takes place at polling unit that it becomes a problem. It is systemic. As INEC reforms the electoral process by introducing new innovations to safeguard the sanctity of the ballot, and as votes continue to count, so too is the desperation and sophistication of some political actors. There is a correlation between the resort to open vote buying at polling units and the improvement we have made to the electoral processes. Gone are the days when you snatch ballot boxes and the ballot boxes snatched make a difference between the outcome of the election in terms of win or loss. But of course the ballot boxes are still snatched. But we hear less and less of ballot box snatching. We hear less and less of snatching of result sheets. We hear less and less of snatching of the ballot papers. But as the elections become more competitive and the votes count, the vote buyers have devised a means of following the voters to the polling units to ensure that they actually vote for them before they are settled. The Commission has been playing this cat and mouse game with some political actors and will continue to play this cat and mouse game until we defeat political actors who have that kind of mindset